So the Niners lost. How'd you feel?
I didn't finish watching the game.
No.
Even before the second half, I think it was like a few minutes before the halftime. I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then Eva texted me. It was like, don't bother coming down.
Got our sponsors, Castro's Pool Service and Repair. If you guys need your pool maintenance, serviced, fixed, anything, check out Castro's Pool Service and Repair. The number is 209-675-5418. That's 209-675-5418. Support those that support us.
She was pissed though. She was not happy. She was really upset about it.
It's crazy because like bouncing at the bar, there was an atmosphere every win. So like they won the wild card weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only one they won. Oh no! So
we won the last games except for this last one.
No, I'm saying like so it was how many games were in the playoffs? So there was wild card weekend. They beat who did they beat first? Who did they play first? Oh, the Saints. I mean the Seahawks. So they played the Seahawks. They beat the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played
Talking about Dallas?
Then they played Dallas. So this is all playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
So they play Dallas, and then they go to Eagles. Every win, like, it was the atmosphere when I was bouncing at O'Flaherty's. They're having a watch party, and it was like getting better each weekend.
Yeah.
It was like the first weekend versus the Seahawks. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't like. It was like, okay, they won the wild card. And then they won they beat the Cowboys. They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then it was that atmosphere was really cool. And then they beat the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And that was insane.
Yeah.
Like the before the game. So not when the game started. So before the game. No, they lost to the Eagles, sorry. They before the game it was like the atmosphere was like, oh man, it was packed from the get-go. First quarter it was packed. It was. And by the...
I feel like the game, though, on Sunday was like a shit show.
But that's what I'm saying.
It was just like, what the fuck is going on?
But when Purdy got hurt...
Oh, yeah.
That's when the atmosphere in the bar just like everybody was just done.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun anymore. Like, I was like... Because I like bouncing. It's fun. It's especially in the daytime watching the sport events. Like, it's a cool atmosphere. But I told my buddy, I was like, it feels like I'm working. like that's how dead the atmosphere was. It was like, oh man.
It would have been nice for them to win, but once Purdy was out and then the guy did like 4 delay of games, I was like, yeah, we're fucking done. That's it. Yeah, it's over. I was like, I'm not even gonna join. I told her, I was like, let's watch Gilmore Girls. Because it's like, okay, what else are we gonna do? She watched the whole game though, but she was upset. After it was done, she went upstairs and like went to her room.
Yeah, and I got her. So the Cowboy game, a Cowboy fan was. I walked by a Cowboy fan and he had a bunch of he went to the game at the stadium and he got the 49er yearbook, a flag and
a foam finger.
And a foam finger. And I was like, hey, you're gonna keep that? He's all, no. Are you a Niner fan? I go, my daughter's a big Niner fan. And he's all, and so he gave it to me.
Yeah.
But the yearbook, I told my daughter, I was like, if they win the Super Bowl and you keep this in good shape and then you get it signed by all the players that won the Super Bowl, then it's a lot of money. Not money, but it's just something cool to have, right? And
yeah, that didn't happen.
They didn't win.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
So it was just
I felt like we could have beat them, to be honest. I think we could have taken it. I really do. What?
On what ground do you think that? What do you mean by that?
Like
they lost. So what, what
obviously,
are you saying?
But look at what we had.
I know, but what are you saying?
But I'm saying if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, we could have taken it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You think that Brock Purdy could have won?
Yeah, I do.
I honestly don't think so.
You don't?
No, because either way, I think Purdy would have been. It's a different atmosphere. Like, he was in Philadelphia. He won his 2 straight playoff games, which are totally different from regular season games.
Mm-hmm.
He won his 2 straight playoff games from in Santa Clara. Not San Francisco. I hate to call them San Francisco 49ers still. They're in Santa Clara.
They're San
It's
Francisco.
a totally different city.
They're San Francisco 49ers. Don't
No,
be hating.
they're Santa Clara.
No,
49ers.
I tell you that too all the time. I'm like, why do they say San Francisco? I was like, why don't they just say Santa Clara?
The weirdest thing is that when they do the like before the game,
they just go through the bay, San Francisco?
They show San Francisco. It's like, no, like that's nowhere. Like, okay, it's like a 2-hour drive from Santa Clara.
No, what the fuck? From Santa Clara to San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
It's hour and a half.
once you
It's
jump
more
on-
than an hour, right?
It's once you jump on the 101 and you go, like, how long does it take to get into Palo Alto?
It's not 30 minutes.
It's like 45 minutes to an hour.
No, it's more than
Let's
an
see.
hour.
Okay, go.
Well, like
I'm gonna look.
He played in Santa Clara, the 2 games, and then he goes to the Philadelphia. I don't think he could have played. Like, I don't think it would have been. Like, he would have been doing better than Josh Johnson, who's a veteran quarterback. But I think if he would have stayed in there, yeah, he would have scored a few touchdowns. But I don't think he could have kept up with the noise, the pace of the Eagles. Like, the 49ers defense was doing really good and like freaking amazing, but they couldn't. With all the injuries, they were on the field a bunch.
It's literally an hour, 56 minutes from Santa Clara to San Francisco.
Okay. Game time, hour and a half. But it was cool. It's always fun to see, like, be a part of something like that, like sports and stuff. Some of my key memories are from sporting events, like during playoff season, like the Warriors, like the Believe team, we believe. You got the Oakland A's when they went on that streak.
Oh.
You have
The Giants.
I'm not a Giants fan.
Oh my god. Okay, you're not a Niner fan either, but you're talking about them.
No, I'm just a sports in general.
Okay.
What I've been a part of. How am I going to be a part of Giants stuff if I'm not a Giants fan?
I'm saying like Bay Area.
Yeah, I'm not a Bay Area fan.
Okay.
I was a Raider fan and an Oakland A's fan until I don't know. They just let me down. It's just dog shit. It's how do you become a fan of something that is just they always give away their key players, and it's kind of like this podcast. It's like how are you gonna be a fan of something if it's not consistent? Like the Oakland A's weren't consistent. Like we're the Oakland A's of podcast. No, but like it was hard to stay a fan. Like you get all these players, and all of a sudden they go to the Yankees, they go to the Tigers, they go like it just.
There's a baseball team called the Tigers?
God. Yes. Detroit Tigers.
I never watched them.
Yeah. But
So they both have 2 cat animals for their sports teams.
Who?
Because isn't Detroit Lions too for football?
Yeah.
And then they have Detroit.
Detroit.
Wait, what?
Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's for hockey, it's Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, okay.
It was fun.
I feel like we always get to like this point, like the game before the Super Bowl. Before this, you act like you can't fix it. You're not even as close as I am.
Yeah, but okay, go ahead. What?
I feel like we always get to that point where we're
Dude.
like we're gonna go to the Super Bowl and then like we don't win this game because it didn't happen last year or the year before
What?
when they played in the playoffs.
Didn't happen last year.
The year before.
I don't know. I don't watch football like that.
Oh.
No, it happened last year when we were at EJ's. Right?
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, like
It
last
brings
year,
out like all
this
that
year,
stuff brings out like the
worst in people.
It's like primal, right? It's like it's so crazy. It's like you become different people. I guess like everybody. There's a book that I need to listen to that talking about tribal, like being tribal, like how people get so invested in things.
Oh, like it consumes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see people fucking hitting their... No, but it's not healthy when they're so upset that they break their fucking TVs.
Oh, yeah. Some of that's staged, but like, I think some of it's staged, but I think I've been around family members. I've been around friends that it's revolves around that. Like once you make it a part of your life, and it's not just like it's an investment where you get nothing out, right? Like it's stupid. Like martial arts, if you invest your time, you get something out of it.
Okay.
Like if you become obsessed with different things, becoming an artist, like you get something out of it. When you're a sports fan, win or lose, you get nothing out of it. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they win, whoopee. Like when the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl after the Katrina.
Oh,
It's like whoopee. But like the city was still like
it was
hurt by the,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gave them hope through football. What the fuck? Like it's so crazy to me. I can't get invested like that anymore. I can't. As a kid I could. Even in my early 20s I could, but like I was just like, I don't know. I really do think it's just being around like different fight gyms, being around fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that people are just people. There's nothing. Don't be starstruck. You start. You once you see how hard it is to get there, like, or even in anything, like how much people work to get there, right? And you notice that people start off as just regular people. People start off as just regular babies.
Yeah.
And they just work their ass off to get there. There's nothing special about them. It's like, yes, like give them a handshake. It's cool to meet those people, but don't just like, I need to take a picture. You know, I don't know.
You're just mad because I got 2 pictures with 2 MMA fighters. Relax. Don't be upset.
No, I'm not saying don't be like, don't glamorize it. You know, it's just people get too invested into things. And like you always see those sports fans, right? You see those sports fans that they're not excited and appreciate the picture, who they're taking a picture with. They're just taking a picture because it just looks cool. They're like, this is my team. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like if I saw Steve Young, dude, I'd appreciate that. And I'd take a picture with them, you know? Or I'd be more happy just to fucking meet him. I don't give a fuck about the picture.
You don't need a picture. Yeah.
You know, like.
You don't have to prove that you met somebody. It's like when, like, if it didn't happen if you don't have proof kind of thing, right?
It was so I was in a I guess it was like one of my first ever business meetings for one of the podcasts. Actually, it was like a sales meeting trying to get a sponsorship for a podcast that I'm working for. Not this podcast, but
yeah, not this one.
But we're sitting down and the business has like we're in the guy's office and the guy has his like memorabilia. And it shows his father in the middle of Candlestick. Candlestick, right? San Francisco?
Yes.
And he's shaking Steve Young's hand. And it's in the middle of the stadium.
Like on the grass?
On the grass in the middle of the stadium during halftime. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm trying not to lose my shit. I'm trying to stay professional.
You're over here like, don't fanboy out or
like,
don't get all like.
No, I'm not talking about meeting Steve Young. I'm talking about what that moment means. Like you've been to the stadiums, you've been to events.
I've been to Candlestick like once.
Like that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then he ended up, the reason why he's there because of sales and because of what he's done with his business, right?
Okay.
So he's in the middle, and the crowd just like it's a cool picture.
Does it look old though?
Yeah,
like,
it's old. It's
okay.
Steve Young was still playing. Like it's that's super cool. That's super cool. Like your accomplishments get you there, and then you get a picture where it's not even you guys posing. It's just you're shaking his hand. It's on the side view. That's cool. Yeah. That's a memory that's captured, right? You're not just walking by someone. Hey, can I get a picture? Like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know. The only time I've been invested for sports or just in anything was probably the Black Beast.
Okay.
Was Derek Lewis when I was watching him fight the Russian guy. I forgot his name.
Don't ask me.
But he was losing the fight, and in the last seconds he knocks him out. Like
It was like the last round, right?
Yeah, and I stood up and just I was like it was just such a cool moment. It's one of those key moments where you'll never forget. Like, cause I was like invested in him as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
All the other fighters, like I just like to watch fighting. That was probably the last time I had been invested. But like, have you ever been invested into something like that you were watching so much?
Not sports wise, but probably like TV shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I always have to see if there's a few seasons out, because I get too invested and then it happens there's only one season. So I'll only watch if it's like 3 or 4 seasons or more. If it's only like 1 or 2, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to invest my time into that.
Yeah. What about people that invest themselves into reality TV shows?
I can't do that. I can't. Eva does that. She watches it. Right now she's watching Bling something or Bling Empire. Like, she watches reality TV. Like, I can't do reality TV. I feel like it's too... Obviously, TV shows I feel are fake. You know, there's storylines. But I feel like people try too hard to put themselves out there that might not be them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not really them. It's just for the show. So, I feel like it's fake as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the only time... Actually, hold on.
What?
Relax. We've sat down and we've watched religiously reality TV
What
shows.
reality TV? Tell me.
The show, what's that one where they do lumber? They go... they work in the mountains and they do timber.
Yeah, but
What's it
called?
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know what it's called. No, okay, that's reality TV.
Well,
yes,
it
it is. Well, I don't know. It's on Netflix. That is fine, but I'm saying like rich people things. Like, Eva's watching the Bling Ring or whatever the heck it's called on there. Stuff like that. I don't care about fucking people spending money and shit.
Big Timber.
There you go, Big Timber. Yeah.
But reality TV.
I feel like
I didn't say just rich reality TV shows. I'm talking about like just reality TV shows in general. Like we've done that one, the Big Timber. Mm-hmm. That one's a
First
really
of all,
cool
that one was mine. You hopped on it.
Okay. Most of reality stuff I'll hop on because of you.
Okay.
So Big Timber.
Okay.
And then the other one where the guy owns the cars.
The one in Canada too. Both of those shows are in Canada.
What's that one called?
I don't know. How am I supposed to remember? Jeez.
But Big Timber, it's about this lumber yard. This guy owns a lumber yard, and
in Canada,
and it just shows what owning something like that, what they have to do to make their money.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. They show like the drama is like, oh well, we can't. The process of getting lumber and getting wood is crazy.
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of money in it. Like, he's pushing millions. Like, so there's like different. It shows the different ways to get the different wood pieces, right? So like he gets the wall. Oh my gosh, I'm tearing this. I'm horrible.
Yeah,
at
you're
this.
horrible, dude.
They get it through the.
They can only cut the trees during a certain time, like from this month to this month, and after that month, that's it. And if they don't cut what they're supposed to, I guess it has like a price amount, then they have to pay back like a certain amount back to their state or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool show.
Yeah, I can't find the other one, the car one.
But we get invested into those things. But yes, you're right. Like, getting invested into like watching people be rich, it's kind of weird. That's why it's such a weird. Like, how did the Kardashians become so big? Like, people want to live vicariously through them.
Really?
It wasn't because she had the sex tape or all that stuff. Like,
that was probably the start of it.
It's the start of it, yeah. But how many people have had that 10 minutes of fame or 5 minutes of fame and it just goes away, right? Like, you have to work your ass off to get where she's at. But people want to live vicariously through her, right? Mm-hmm. Through that family. Because I try.
I can't do it.
I try watching it and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, How do you watch this shit?
Yeah,
It's
no,
just so
I can't
crazy.
do that.
But like, so right now, like, I've been watching From. It's on.
How did it go?
It's fucking badass.
I'm probably gonna watch it, but you can tell me paraphrase it.
No, it's so From is a show on Prime.
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, it's on
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, and it's so they're stuck in this town, and they at night.
Hold on a minute. Is everybody stuck in there?
Yeah, they're stuck in this town.
They can't leave.
They can't leave.
Is
If
it
you drive
a
away,
loop?
yeah, it goes into you going back into town. Like you drive off one direction, you come back the other direction, and you're back in that town. So once you come in, you're stuck.
Oh,
they don't know why they're there. They don't know what happened, and every night they have to go indoors, cover the windows before dark because there's these. I'm thinking they're dead, right? There's these dead people that if you
is it people though or creatures? You think?
Well,
shapeshifters.
I don't know, but like, but they're just people.
Okay.
They're just people, and if you let them inside, they're gonna eat you. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So far so good.
What episode are you on? The first?
No, I'm on episode. So I had to backtrack because
You fell asleep.
No. I was working and watching at the same time.
Okay, so that family that came through from the last one, did they get stuck there?
What do you mean?
The family in the RV.
Why? I'm not gonna tell you.
Why? I'm gonna watch it anyways. Just tell me.
No, well, we're gonna talk. Like these people don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Just say yes or
we're
no.
On a yes.
Okay.
I don't know what. No, it has that guy for what's his name? I think he's from what's that? The show on HBO.
Oh.
What?
He's getting sick.
Oh, she's coughing. I don't know what she's doing. The Wire. She's on that.
I didn't watch that show.
The main character's from The Wire.
I didn't watch the show.
Oh my goodness. So Harold Perunu.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
He's on Lost. He's Michael Dawson on Lost, and then I know he's on The Wire. He has to be on The Wire. No, but it's a good show.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many episodes?
It's on season 1.
Oh, okay. I'll probably watch it in the daylight.
Gosh darn it.
What?
I bought a new coffee cup, guys, and I'm in love with it.
They have a teal one at work right now, like a Tiffany blue one, but it's like $22. This one's $22 too.
I like the green.
The price came off.
It's like, because every morning I drink 4 shots of espresso.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what I drink for caffeine in a day. I was like going through 4 shots and an energy drink. I was like, I need to kick back. So I just do 4 shots. And I believe that's like 250 milligrams of caffeine. And then, but this cup, it's like, I don't want a big cup. I want something like, it's just.
Is that perfect for you though?
Yes. Perfect. Dope.
4 shots of espresso is how much?
I thought 250 milligrams of caffeine.
64.
No, it's not. It's 64 per each espresso shot. So 64 times 4.
How much caffeine does 4 shots have? 272.
Yeah, 272 milligrams.
What did you say?
250.
Oh, you're pretty close. Pretty close.
I know my caffeine.
My bad.
Is.
Oh, we purchased new things for the business.
Oh yeah, you upgraded.
Yeah, upgraded, adding a second.
Hold on, it was funny because we talked, we sat down, we're like, okay, this is what we need to upgrade. This is how much it's gonna be, and I'm like thinking, okay, well, little by little we'll get everything, and then I was like, you know what, I'll work the weekend, I'll do this. I don't know. I ended up getting extra money, and then all of a sudden, like less than a week later, after we talked about getting it. She got basically everything we needed. All we needed is a camera left. Like
an iPad.
I'm like, Jesus.
But this is the thing. You gave me the money. You said order it. then almost every day you ask me, did you order your stuff? Did you order your
Yeah.
stuff? And I didn't get a chance to because I was like, maybe I should wait. And then you keep asking me. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to order my stuff. So,
Yeah.
yes, I ordered my stuff.
Yeah, we want to like upgrade our stuff. It's insane how fast things are going. Like, I was watching a video yesterday that the iPhone is going to be like iPhone 15 is probably going to be one of the last like upgrades.
Thank God, because I don't know why they do an upgrade every year. I think maybe every 2 years would have been good, like, but an upgrade every year.
It's they're not. I mean, they're gonna upgrade something else. They're upgrading the iPhone. They're trying to make iPhone glasses
Like the Google glasses.
like the Google glasses, but better. So it's actually pretty cool. Like the first gen is gonna be like a big headset. And then the second
What are
gen
you
is going
supposed
to
to
be.
do those? Like, are you supposed to take them out in public? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, imagine like it actually makes it easier to get away from being. I think this is my opinion. Like I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what the first model is going to look like. But like imagine having glasses where you could just put on and then do your work from there. Do everything. Like
What about people that wear glasses? Like, is it going to be a prescription kind of thing for them?
do I look like Steve Jobs?
Well, you're over here saying that it's a good idea. You're one person that wears fucking contacts. What happens if you have to wear your glasses?
Okay, so put on glasses that are just for the iPhone. There's not prescription. But look it's going to be easier not to be addicted to your phone, right? Like if you need to be on your phone, you need to do stuff from work from your phone, you put on the glasses and you work. And you take them off when you're done. Like
No, I don't see that happening at all.
you think people are just going to wear them? Yeah,
yes.
that's true.
I feel like they would be more on it like that.
But everything I do, everything from editing the podcast, from doing social media, editing photos, editing video, creating content, creating designs, like it's all on my phone. Like right now, if I can just do like right now I use the camera, I take pictures sometimes from the camera and I put it on back on my phone. And then right now I do like 90% of everything I make money on off of the iPhone. It's insane. When I was sitting down I was thinking about it last night. I was like, like Steve Jobs and the guys that made the iPhone, the Apple, right? They provided me with a job basically like years later.
Okay.
Right? They allowed me to make money off of these guys that took a chance from their garage, and then one guy that pursued pushing this thing. You know? Like it's crazy that this is happening, right? I was like, so I gotta, for one podcast, we gotta sponsor our first like pretty big sponsor, and then I'm getting more clients for social media, and so I got a few checks yesterday, and it's insane to me. Like I'm like sitting there, I'm like, so we sat down. No, so it was 2020 January. And I was, February. So my fight before the pandemic was in February, and I'm standing in the upstairs and I'm looking down, and you're like doing stuff in the living room, making my shirts, right?
Trying to
Make the shirts. And I'm like, and in my head, like, I'm like, oh, like we could do stuff from here. And I would tell you all the time, I would tell you, like, we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. I'm not saying we're successful, but I'm just saying like things are moving that way where you're able to do stuff from your phone. The entrepreneur is changing quickly. And it's crazy how fast we went from me looking down to you making shirts to me doing a podcast, me doing social media, you doing your photo booth and designs and just making money through that. It's just through basically the people that made Apple, right? Through Steve Jobs, Wisenack or whatever his name is, and then being in the garage. Like it's mind blowing to me. And it was crazy. Like eventually, because right now for the podcast I'm using the computer, the mics, the stand for the light, and then my iPhone. I think in a few years it's just gonna be the iPhone, right? Like
To
one
do
gadget.
podcasting?
Yeah, one gadget. They're gonna have there's wireless mics, but I don't like them.
Why?
Because you could hear like some of them
Static?
have like an automatic denoiser.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the denoiser because the denoiser makes it sound muffled.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're not as good quality as like a regular mic. And most people won't notice, but I notice. And eventually they're gonna have booms for the iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
where it picks up audio, and it's gonna be really really good. Like even the new iPhones, the audio for it to be able to pick up the audio it does is insane. Like doing videos, like I'll be somewhere, I could be from here, from the end of the room, and you're at the other end of the room, and it could get your voice clearly. Like there's little stuff like that is crazy to me, right? Like the older iPhones, you couldn't do that.
No.
Like
You couldn't do a lot of stuff though. Now things like for instance, like on the when you take a picture and you want to take off the background and you just hold on to the photo and you just send that.
Yeah.
Like you could do that now instead of having to go into like Canva or something and take off the background and just have the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Before you couldn't do that on the phone unless you had to download an app.
Yeah. Like a lot of the stuff I do is from software. Like you said, like Canva and all that stuff. Like I like Canva for different stuff. Like I like Canva because of the how creative you could be on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the different things you could do. It does crash a lot. I don't like it because it does crash a lot. Like
It crashes on you?
yeah, and it's not precise when it comes to making like posters and making like different it's just when you're doing pictures and making a poster, it's easier to use Studio.
What studio?
Studio is the GoDaddy Studio. Like that's easier to make like posters, and it's precise. With Canva, there's so many things, like you can't replace a photo, and you have to delete the photo and then put another photo. So if you've already put a photo in there and cut it all out and did stuff to it, you can't just click on that photo and replace it. On GoDaddy Studio, you can. Right? It's just little stuff like that. Like I used both. Like people ask me, like, Jesse, what do you use? I was like, well, I use all of them.
Yeah.
Because I use Power Director, I use GoDaddy Studio, I use Canva, for different reasons, like different things. Like so, if I make a post, sometimes I'll use all three, because one does something better for the other than the other.
Yeah.
You know. So, what you been up to, babe? Sorry for that boring rant, guys. About fucking yeah.
Just working my normal job and then doing photo booths. Like I have a few coming up already. I have one at the end of this month. I have a couple in April. Like people are booking, so I'm very thankful for that. Thank you everybody who's booking. Just trying to update my stuff, like the business wise, I think I want to rebrand. I think I'm still trying to figure out a business name. I don't want it to be Raquel Diaz. It just doesn't ring for me. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think so.
So I just want to rebrand.
Not even call it designs, just call it like.
Well, right now I have it as
something.
Raquel Diaz photo booth, and it still doesn't ring for me.
No, fuck that.
It doesn't ring. Like
Yeah.
I don't like it. It doesn't ring for me. So I have to figure out a different name, something different, something catchy. I need to once we get the new add-ons to our thing, like obviously I'm going to make pricing adjustments. I have to figure that out. Just things like that. Just trying to figure out the business side of everything. But I feel like it's going pretty good so far in the new year and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm super excited though. I can't wait to get my stuff in to see how it looks. I mean, obviously I already got one thing in, and that's one we've been using. But to add to it, like hopefully this helps us out more.
It's like anything that we make for like business stuff, it's like it's all gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone. Like we're broke, but like we're building. Like and I think we didn't realize in the beginning when we first started doing everything, we're like, okay, we're just gonna do this to make money. That's not how it works. Like you literally need to grow this, like water it, get something out of it, and then put something back in right away. Like it just, there's so many things that I'm learning, like just by, like the other day I'm in that meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I guess I talk about it. I don't know if people want to hear just if this is interesting, but like I'm sitting, so we have one podcast. I have 3 podcasts right now. So like
4.
Yeah, 4. So I'm sitting there, and no, so my buddy says, "Hey, we got to go meet with a potential sponsor, and show them the numbers and show them all this stuff." And I'm like, okay. And you guys, if you don't know me, like I'm not professional. I have fucking long hair. I'm
That like you having long hair does not mean you're not professional.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You having tattoos does not mean you're not professional.
Yeah, I had a like a Hawaiian logo shirt, and
you're one to tell me like get dressed, get ready for things.
Well,
and
I didn't know it was that
you
kind of.
You didn't even get ready for this meeting.
I was just there. I didn't know
wow,
it was a meeting.
Dude, you're just rolling. You're like, at least rich people could do that because they have money to explain why they look the way they look. Like you're going to a meeting. I didn't expect you to go in a business suit or anything, but you could have at least like maybe put on some jeans or something. You know what I mean? Brushed your hair a little. Wow, I'm never taking you to a business meeting with me. Never.
I had Oasis shoes. It looked like I was like going. I don't know. I guess not really. I don't know. I was just casual, and it's just I'm sitting there.
That was like your gym outfit.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, and I'm in a business meeting right now, and I'm like, we're talking numbers, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I was like, what is happening? That's the whole entire time. I'm like, there's things that I learned, right? Like I'm learning that there's these things that you need to do. Like people go to school for just sales, right? Like,
okay.
Like they have a sales team, like shows, different podcasts. They have a sales team. Like they'll have people go out and sell the product. I'm doing it by myself, right? Well, me and my partner, we're just doing it by ourselves right now. Right? Like I'm like, okay, I have the numbers on my computer, but then the Wi-Fi didn't work, so I couldn't pull up the numbers. I was like, I need to have this all written out. I can't just rely on the Wi-Fi. Like there's little things that
But if he would have thought about it, he could have used the hotspot from his phone on the laptop.
Yes. And it's just like I don't want to be dumb. You know? Like I don't like I'm just because I'm doing this with self-education, right? It'd be good if I went back to school.
That sounded funny the way you said it. Self-education.
And I just don't want to be like, at the end of the day, it's crazy. It might be crazy that I think this way. At the end of the day, I was like, I just want my daughter to be proud of me. Like I want her to be not proud of me, but I want her to walk with her head high, knowing that she comes from my household. You know? So when I'm doing stuff, like there's things that I'm like, fuck, dude. And I'm not saying I got everything. I'm not fucking organized. I'm not the best person like when it comes to organization. So it's like there's things I do need to work on, and I want to work on them, and I'm slowly doing it, right? Like I've grown up. I've gotten better in the past 4 years ever since I quit FedEx. I've gotten better. Like it's trial by error, like really trial by error. Like I'm throwing myself in. I come back out all beat up and then go back in, you know? Like there's little stuff like, and even with the social media stuff, it's all trial by error. Like, I don't know what works. I'm just slowly figuring out. Like the other day, like I always wondered, like there's people that constantly post their podcast or their stuff on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, how do these pages get hits on their videos? And one of the good things, like one of the things that people do is they have a YouTube, and then you're able to use those analytics to see where people are watching, right? You clip that, then you put that on Instagram, and then most of the time, like, yes, there's some duds, but most of the time they'll hit. Like, I'm on the NSA, Not So Anonymous with EJ.
Mm-hmm.
The reels are hitting for 13,000, 14,000. Yes, there's some duds, but the averaging 10,000 now. And then even on our podcast, I'm realizing, like, oh, that's how you do it. Like, you have to have all these platforms. So I'm learning little by little. Like, it's stuff that you don't see when I'm staying up at night. Like, what is he doing? Like,
I just thought you were watching porn, to be honest. Like, I'm just saying.
That's 10% of the time, because it doesn't take that long.
I know firsthand.
But how do people get a hold of your photo booth?
Sorry guys, I've been up since like 4:30.
Okay, they don't give a fuck.
I can't think right now. Fuck, dude. You can
Okay, guys, reach out to her to Raquel Diaz Designs. If you guys have an event going, if you have an event going on that you guys want to capture the memory, hit up Raquel Diaz Designs. Message her to book your event. She has
a good name. Capture the memory.
Check her availability. There is a deposit. I don't know how much that deposit is. Message her, and yeah. And then for me, if you guys need help with social media, hit me up. I have room for one more client. And if you guys have any advice on podcasting, hit me up. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm doing it with the bare minimum. And I think everybody else can do it with the bare minimum. And I'm seeing a lot of people start getting into media, and it's cool. It's cool. It's like, especially in Los Baños, you're starting to see it. People are starting to move, starting to push forward. Like, it's honestly cool. Follow the page, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We love you guys. Every Wednesday, these episodes will be coming out. And what?
Because they're not going to be every Wednesday, probably.
They are. They are going to be every Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. They are going to be every Wednesday. And
enjoy your week.
Enjoy your week, guys. We love you.
Bye.